Hi everyone, I'm here at the Privateer Press booth with Will and, Corey. Nice to meet you. We're going to check out Zombies Keep Out, which is a new game they're showing here at the show. Can you give us a quick rundown on the game?
Sure. It's our newest Bodgers game. Bodgers is one of our lines of games. They're mainly family-friendly games, like party games. You know, we're known for War Machine, which is like very tactical and in-depth, but our Bodgers games are a little bit more lighthearted, quick, 30-minute to maybe an hour games, and very good for families. They're very easy to understand. Zombies Keep Out is our newest one, wherein this huge horde of zombies has broken into the backyard and is trying to come up to your warehouse and destroy it. And you're playing the Bodgers characters, which are sort of these little mechanically adept gremlins that are really good at building weapons on the fly. And in this game, we'll be trying to build several weapons on the fly to fight back the zombie horde while trying not to get infected ourselves. In this game, players can become infected by the zombies, and one of the cool things is the more infected you become, one of the rules is you have to begin slurring your speech, and you have to begin talking like a zombie, and eventually you can't talk at all. You can only use hand gestures to communicate with other players if you become too infected by the zombies. So, show you how it works, just give you a quick rundown. So, we've got our zombie pool here, which is where all the zombies start at. And in the beginning of the game, a few zombies start on the board. There's 4 zombie types. There's runners, there's yellow creepers, there's red brutes, and there's blue leapers. And our warehouse has 5 different areas. We've got the basement, which is yellow, and the creepers are trying to get in the basement. They do bonus damage to our barricades if they make their way into the basement. We've got 2 windows, which the runners are heading for. We've got the main door, which the brutes are trying to get to. Like the creepers, if a brute gets to the main door, they do extra damage. And we've got the blue balcony, which the leapers, because they can jump up high, they're trying to get on the balcony and they do extra damage. So the zombies every turn are going to sort of shamble forward based on the decisions we make. And if they get up to the front, they'll begin breaking the barricades down. When they break all our little barricades away, they break the contraption we're working on. The players to win have to build 3 contraptions. So if we can't build 3 contraptions because the zombies have broken too many, then we lose the game and we're overrun. If the front door ever gets broken down, the zombies win. They get inside the warehouse and we lose. And if too many players become infected, the players lose. There's 3 ways for the players to lose and 1 way for the players to win. This is a co-op game. It's all of us playing together versus the zombies. Okay?
Very cool.
So the way the game starts is each player gets a hand of part cards. Hand those out to you. So our contraptions start off unbuilt. These are the blueprints for them. We have to follow the line to finish the whole blueprint to finish our device. So our part cards are the main way of doing that. The part cards indicate different parts that you can use to build these blueprints. And the thing is, you have to go in order. So for instance, let's take a look at this blueprint right here. One of us would have to play an orange part first to move it to the next part along the line. We couldn't play a purple and skip along. So the players have to kind of go in order, and we can trade with each other. Each player can trade once a turn to swap parts and try and set that up. Once we end up completing a blueprint all the way, it'll flip over and become whatever device it is, and we can use it to fight back the zombie horde. Now also on the card, there's defend and repair. So the actions a player takes each turn is they can tinker, which is to build one of the blueprints. They can defend, which they pick a square, pick one of the zombie colors indicated, and they kill however many zombies it indicates in that square. So we can fight back a little bit. And repair lets us replace damaged barricades that were ripped off back onto a location based on how many it tells you. But before the players ever get to do anything each turn, they have to draw a terrible things card. And this is where bad things happen to us. So each turn, a player draws a terrible things card, they resolve it, then they take their action, then it goes to the next player. Now, normally, a player looks at the terrible things card, they don't tell anyone else, they pick one and they put it face down discarded so that no one knows what they picked. Because you want to kind of keep that a secret, because eventually if you get too zombified, you start to have negative effects where you have to randomly pick and you don't know which one you're going to get. But for this turn, I'll go first. So my terrible things card, I have to pick one of the 3 things. And my terrible things are, I either add another runner, leaper, creeper, and brute to the board, I move the progress token on all blueprints back to the beginning, or I remove 4 barricades from any location. These are all really horrible things that I don't want to have happen. And I feel that the least painful to me right now is going to be to add some more zombies. So I'm going to add a runner. I'm going to try and keep the creeper as far away from his spot as he can, the leaper as far away from where he wants to be as he can, and we'll put the Brute right here. So luckily, none of the zombies move this turn. When they move, it's called shambling, and we'll see that on one of the Terrible Things cards. Then on my turn, I have options. I can either tinker, defend, repair, or draw 2 cards, or if one of the devices is complete, I can push the button and make that device do whatever it says it's supposed to do, which usually is killing zombies. But I'm gonna try and start working on a device. So I'm gonna play my orange part, I'm gonna move this over, and my turn's done. So it's gonna move on to you.
I'll draw my Terrible Things card.
All right, so let's look at this one. So add 5 zombies to the board. That sounds horrific. Each player discards 2 cards, which is pretty bad for us, or take 2 bite tokens, which is awful, but we're gonna have you do it anyway. So you get 2 bite tokens. So bite tokens mean you can't trade anymore. When you get 1, 2 bite tokens means you can't tinker anymore, and you can only speak like a zombie. You must slur your speech and barely be able to understand what you're saying the whole time you speak. So now when you talk, you gotta talk like this about anything. So there's no way to get rid of bite tokens, so you're just infected. So normally, this game's meant for a lot of players. And with 2 players, somebody getting bitten this bad is pretty bad in the beginning, right? Because he can't build anymore. The only thing he can do now is to defend or repair. Or whenever we finish the device, push the button. So normally we wouldn't pick that, but for the purposes of showing you how bite tokens work, that's how it works. So on your turn, all you can do really is defend or repair. We got nothing to repair, so let's pick a square where we want to kill something. So pick one guy, pick a square. Which guy do you want to kill? And when you kill guys, they go back to the zombie pool.
Okay.
So this card's used up. And it is literally, I don't know if you can see the graphic underneath, it is a pool. It is the swimming pool that all the zombies are in and they are pouring out of.
Cool.
So then it would continue play this way, and it would come up to my turn. The other main thing we haven't shown yet, for instance, if I draw this Terrible Things card on my turn, is shambling, and this is how zombies move. So let's say I pick the first one, all zombies in the bottom 2 rows shamble. So I'm gonna do that one. So zombies move in the direction indicated by the arrow for their color. You start at number 1 and you just go in order. So for instance, the runners are gonna go straight ahead. The brutes are always trying to get to the front door. So if a brute's over here, he's gonna move along the red line. And when they shamble, they go 1 space. So we get over here, the yellow, the creeper, whoop, he's gonna go along the yellow line and come to here. He continues forward, goes along the red line, here, runner going forward. Leaper's trying to get to the balcony, so we got the blue line, he comes over here, and the creeper moves forward. And that's all that would happen on my turn, right? For the zombies. Then again, it comes to what I want to do. I would play another card to tinker, try and finish this blueprint, and we would keep going from there and playing the game, right? The cool thing is, eventually as you play the game more and more, the board starts to fill up with zombies, and the only other mechanic we haven't shown you is called shoving. So if after the zombies shamble, there's ever more than 3 zombies in a square, after everybody moves, going in number order again, you have to shove zombies out of the square to there's only 3. So you'll get to situations where your board looks something like, you know, this. And there's just too many guys. And so everybody shambles, and then guys start getting shoved, and then maybe they end up filling another space with more guys, and they keep shoving. So you can get overrun really, really quickly in this game.
How do you heal?
You don't. When you are infested, you stay, or infected, you stay infected. There is no way to cease being zombified.
How many life until you are complete?
So when you get 3 bite tokens, when you draw your Terrible Things card, first, you can't speak at all. You can only use hand gestures to communicate. And you don't look at it. You either throw 1, 2, or 3. Whichever number you throw, you then look at it and do that thing. When you have 4 bite tokens, which is the most you can have, on your turn, you draw 2 Terrible Things cards, throw 1, 2, or 3, and then resolve both of them, both for that number. So getting zombified is awful. It is awful. But the saving grace is when you finish these contraptions, you get to do cool things like choose any 2 spaces, destroy 1 zombie in each space. So these weapons, like the Death Seeker rockets here, are really good for helping fight off. And even zombified characters who can't trade or build anymore, every turn they can just sit there and press the button with their little zombified hands and try and fight back.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, this is zombies keep out 30 minutes to an hour max play time. good for up to 6 players. It's a really good family party game because it works really well for young kids. There's nothing really difficult, basic reading on the blueprints, but other than that, most of it's just color coordination.